So in this section, I want to talk about the concept of targeted versus non-targeted traffic, and this is possibly more important to whatever results you're going to get when it comes to generating traffic than anything else. It's a really fundamental concept that you must understand if you're going to be out there buying traffic or generating traffic. So, what exactly is it? What I want you to do is imagine an archery target. Okay, so you've got the bullseye right there in the middle, and then you've got those outer rings. Now the area of those outer rings is much, much bigger. Okay, it's much, much bigger, but they are less targeted. They are not as valuable as the bullseye area. Now if you imagine prospects scattered across that target, across that archery target, you would have a few of them in the middle, okay, in that very center bullseye, and you would have a lot more on the outer rings. That's basically what I mean when I say targeted. The ones that are in the bullseye are the most targeted, and by that I mean they think about whatever problem your product is solving, or whatever the big promise is, whatever the main benefit is that your product offers. Okay, so for example, let's talk about the weight loss niche. Let's pretend that I was incredibly overweight. Okay, I was very overweight and it really bothered me. Okay, and I was thinking about it constantly. In fact, some nights I would look up at the ceiling and just think, I've really got to do something about this weight. Okay, so I'm always thinking about it. It's always on my mind. It's causing me a lot of emotional distress. I would be a very targeted prospect for someone who was selling a solution to that. So someone selling a lose weight to a young male kind of demographic, I would be right in their market. Okay, because I'm always thinking about it, I would be very targeted. Now, on the other hand, let's assume that I don't really worry about my weight at all. Let's pretend that I'm in the best shape of my life. It doesn't bother me at all because I'm in such great shape. I never think about losing weight because it's not really something I need to be concerned about. I would therefore then be in those outer rings because I'm not thinking about it very much. Now, who would you rather market to if you're selling a weight loss product? Obviously, you would rather market to someone who's always worrying about the problem that you solve. They're going to be most likely to buy. So that's what I mean when I say targeted, non-targeted. Non-targeted prospects or traffic, they're not really thinking that much about what it is that we're offering in our product. So converting that prospect, getting them to pull out a credit card, type in their digits and buy our product, that's going to be very difficult, or at least much more difficult. But someone who's right there in the bullseye, that's actually going to be quite an easy sale. Okay, they already want what we offer. You could also think about it in the make money online niche. Okay, so a targeted prospect might be someone who's always worried about how they don't have enough money, they want to make some more money, and on top of that, it could be someone who's entrepreneurial. They've always wanted, or they've always liked the idea of being in business themselves. So they go online and they start typing in words like make money online. That's a targeted prospect. However, if we go down to the main street, whatever city you're in, just imagine you go down to the main street and you were to start handing out flyers, okay, and you were in the make money online niche. Most of those people taking your flyers, they would not be that interested. Okay, most of them, they're going to be okay in their jobs. They're not actively searching for what we would be offering, so therefore they're not really targeted prospects. Now, the more targeted the traffic, the more specific you have to be with your audience selection, and the more expensive it becomes. Okay, so if you want to just imagine this. If you want to just mass market to everyone, you can very easily just go and get any kind of list, okay, and you would have the general population in that list. You could go and get a phone book, for example, and you would have the contact details of a lot of people. Okay, that's going to be cheap. It's not going to be very effective at all. Okay, if you want to get a lot more targeted, well, now we have to get a new list that has much more specific criteria. So for example, when I do direct mail, which you'll learn about later on in this program, but when we do direct mail, we spend tens of thousands of dollars per month, easily. And we don't just rent a list of anyone, because that would be pouring money down the drain. We rent a list of previous buyers of products that are similar to ours, because we know that if they brought products that are similar to ours before, well, number one, that's a buyer, but number two, that's a good indication that they have the problem that we are looking to solve. Okay, so in my case with Mobe, we are all about financial freedom, at least for our affiliates. That's a big part of what we do. So if I know they brought products on that before, then I can get very targeted with who I'm going after. If you're not getting very good results with your traffic, then there's a very good chance that the audience is not targeted enough. Ideally, you want to always be getting the most targeted traffic for your money that you possibly can.